Area. In math, when we talk about area, what are we talking about? You know? Area of something, and why and when do we use it? Wade Davis?
The space, like, in a shape, kind of like inside a shape.
Sure, I kind of like that. Space. You have to be careful with it because we can talk about volume as being space too. What do we measure area in? Area gets measured in different units than we do normal measurement is. Straight lines or something. Area is always measured in squares, yes. It's always going to be square units. And it's important to remember that depending on what units you're using, you know, that can be your size. For example, a square inch is about this big right here. 1 inch squared. And put that little 2 up there. It's a quick way to write a square inch. That's a little bigger than a square inch. But a square foot would be a foot by a foot by a foot. That's about 1 foot squared. You want to know a good example of a foot squared is the floor tiles there. Each one of those is a square foot. And again, you could go to square miles, which would be very large. Square yards. A square centimeter would be really small, something like this maybe. A square meter would be a meter by a meter by a meter. And what things do we use and measure area in, or why do we need area? Good examples of that are people when they ask you how big your house is. Okay, yeah, you could say, well, it's pretty big. I got 5 rooms in it, or I got 12 rooms in it, but that doesn't give them any idea of the space it really is, and that's why we measure houses in square feet. You know, back in the day, a good-sized house was probably 1,100 or 1,200 square feet. Now it's more like 3,000 or 4,000 square feet or whatever. Another example would be if I asked you what the square footage of my classroom is, what would you tell me? What do you think? How many square feet do you think are in my classroom?
How many square feet?
I'm not going to let you walk. I'm just going to have you guess. Wade, what are you guessing?
20 square feet.
20 square feet.
Or
Evelyn?
no. 200.
200 square feet. Bryce?
100.
100 square feet. Anybody else got a brand?
125.
125. Wade's changing his answer.
150.
Right. I'm not going to tell you yet. That's going to be the last thing.
You know it?
Oh, I do. Yeah. Yes. Let's just look at something smaller though first. Let's say I've got this shape that is 4 inches by 5 inches. 4 inches by 5 inches. And I'm actually going to physically cut this into little squares. So it's 4 inches, so I'm going to do this. Here's my 4 inches going this way. Each one of these is an inch. And 5 inches going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I were to, let's blow that up so you can see it a little better. How about that? That's plenty big, don't you think? Come back here. There's my, let me see that. If I were to count the square inches there, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This shape there is 20 inches squared. Let's bring it back down to normal here. Obviously it's a little bigger than that. That's 20 inches squared right there. Okay? Now, rather than, boys and girls and children of all ages, drawing squares and counting all the time, we have what we call a formula. If you're given a rectangle, and let's say this rectangle is 10 inches by 30 inches, rather than drawing 10 inches one way and 30 inches the other way, we have a formula. Guess what that formula is, Bryce?
Multiplication.
Yeah, what do we multiply though?
30 times 30.
Well, if we're doing a general one, area equals, the general rectangle formula is Faith?
Length times width.
Right, L times W, or length times the width. Now, because of that, I wanted to give you that before we talked about it. I'll give you the basic dimensions of my room, because my room, believe it or not, my room is more of a square than it is a rectangle, except there's that little cutout piece right there, so it doesn't look like it. My room looks pretty much like this. There's a little chunk that's cut out here for the doorway there, but let's pretend it isn't. My room, if you sat and counted all the tiles going this way and the tiles going that way, my room is 30 feet by 30 feet. It's pretty much a square. So if you want to know the square footage of that, area equals length times width, I'm going to do 30 times 30. And those of you that said 100, 200 are a bit shy, because 30 times 30 is 900. 900 square feet.
I counted those tiles right over here,
And how many did you get?
30.
Yeah, and if you counted the tiles along there, you'll get 30 as well. By the way, another place where you a lot of times use square feet is if you happen to be buying carpet for your house.
Yeah.
Carpet will come in square feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime you put something on the floor, boxes come in crates of square feet. Sometimes tiles are, tiles aren't always a square foot. They can be 4 inches by 4 inches or whatever. But that's going to be here or there. Please make sure, children, this is one of those where, unless you follow these directions, you'll end up writing that little poem there. You need to sketch these problems out. Triple underline. So if they give you a problem that looks like this, you need to draw the square and label the 30s and then do the problem. It won't take you that much longer than anything else. So we will call that good today. Your assignment, I have a